Hi, this is Stan Fitzgerald representing the Center for Renewing America. It's an organization founded by Russ Vought, who was the White House budget director for the Trump administration. And he is starting this organization to form a national coalition where we're going to work on border security, election integrity, and government oversight. One of the things that Russ specifically asked me to do was rip his videos and put them on our platform. So for starters, we're going to do that. My wife Donna and I will be working on the ground in Georgia with Wesley Ross. If you're from Georgia, you know who he is. So you could reach out to myself, to Wesley. We'll get you connected with the long-term plan if you want to help us. And we're going to be officially partnering with Veterans for America First to use our platform to reach more people in this effort to help save America. So please watch these videos, visit the website. I'll be on weekly calls with the team, and we'll keep you updated on how you can help.
Us now for more is Ken Cuccinelli, former DHS acting deputy secretary. Ken, thanks for joining me. Listen, I mean, we have over 3,000 people on a march up to our border, almost 2 million people that have come into the country this year alone. And, you know, obviously Texas is bearing a big brunt of the cost of the migration that comes through their state. So they asked Joe Biden, hey, maybe FEMA should help us with this crisis at our border. Right. They've been turned down. So does it make sense that actually Texas should bear the cost and not Joe Biden for the failed policies of immigration?
Well, certainly it isn't fair that that is happening, but you know, that was a decision. It's particularly unfair in light of the fact that the Biden administration is effectively causing this. You heard from your interview with your reporter that they feel like they're being called up by Joe Biden. Come on up, we want you to come here, and so forth. And that is obviously a major force behind the difference from a year ago, where we had cut these numbers way down, to now where they're essentially attracting record numbers of illegal immigrants to invade this country. And Texas is bearing the brunt of it because, for the simple reason that it's the easiest one to get to. And if you're not barred from entry, why not go the easiest path? And that's what they're doing. It's what the cartels are arranging. And let's not forget, they play a big role in the paths that people take up into the United States.
Yeah, and the Trump administration, which you were part of, put a lot of pressure on Mexico to help secure our border and turn the migration back. And it was very successful. And they did, right. And, well, why would Mexico get involved now when Joe Biden says the border's open? What's Mexico to do but just to let them march on through? But, I mean, I think it's interesting, you know, as you look at people that come into Texas or Arizona, the Biden administration uses our tax money to fly them around the country at our expense. And so almost every state, every community has become a border state or a border community. So, I mean, do you have any advice? What can Americans do to protect the homeland in their states and in their communities to push back on this radical vision of open borders from Biden and Democrats?
Well, Center for Renewing America, we released a paper today pointing out the constitutional authority that border states in particular have when the federal government, which under Article 4 of the Constitution, is obligated to protect all states from invasion. Well, Texas is being invaded, as is Arizona, New Mexico, and California. They're not fulfilling their obligations. Your reporter demonstrated with the interview there. They're in fact being invited by the federal government to invade this country. And then under Article 1, the states have the authority, when they are actually being invaded like this, to push back. There are self-help provisions. It is not immigration, Sean. I want to be very clear. But it is a constitutional authority for governors as their commanders-in-chief to stop these people at the border and either push them back into Mexico or stop them from coming in the first place in between legal ports of entry.